Hi, I'm Heidi Pinkham of Let's Get Down to Business, and I want to tell you a little bit of a story about small towns, small businesses, small restaurants, and what their potential is. As a child, preteen, before social media was actually out there, my dad one day decided that he was going to take his 4 kids and wife out for dinner because he heard about this great buffet where we'd have to drive a little bit, but it was such a great buffet it would be worth the journey with 4 protesting kids who would rather go to McDonald's than go to this unknown buffet that they've never been to. So we get to this buffet after protesting the whole way there, which seemed to take hours, which was really about an hour or so. And we get to this buffet. Obviously, the wait staff is kind of annoyed because it's getting close to closing time for this buffet, and here are these 4 kids who clearly do not want to be there. And we walk in, and I believe some of the dishes were dirty, and the buffet had been sitting there for quite some time, so it was like filmed over, after the end of the buffet, everything's all dried out and that kind of thing, and so the wait staff obviously is not in the greatest of moods, and we're not in the greatest of moods, and the food is clearly not up to the standards that my dad was anticipating. And it was such a bad experience that even to this day, I very vividly remember it, and my siblings also remember it very vividly. But the moral of the story is that because this restaurant was so publicized to my dad, and the knowledge it got there that this was the greatest place to eat, he decided to take us there, even though it was quite a drive and quite a protest. But he thought that we should have this great experience. So even back, way back then, when word of mouth was all that you could do, that still brought in traffic for this restaurant, which is still there, by the way. And I have not been back to try the buffet, but I might have to venture back to do it. But now there's so much more out there. You used to just have print and radio, and just the word of mouth, and now the word of mouth has expanded to a global word of mouth with social media. So just imagine the possibilities that this small restaurant could have had all these people that had come through and saw this restaurant and ate there and actually had a great experience, if they would have been able to post that on Facebook or take pictures and put it on Instagram when they were there at the restaurant, and the publicity and the traffic that this potentially could have brought in for this small restaurant at that time. So imagine what it could do for your company now if you are on these networks, if you have people posting, if you are posting, if the right information is out there. And there are tricks to the trade in order, and do's and don'ts of what you should do and what's appropriate and what is customer friendly. So it is not always something that you possibly can do yourself. And why would you want to do it yourself when you're so busy running your own business? You're worried about bookkeeping and your staff and having the right products there and the inventory and everything else that goes with running a small business. And why not hire a social media manager to get the word out, to get the buzz out, to find the right hive, the right social media networks for your business, to pull that buzz in, to show people what you have to offer, what you have to showcase, and just to get the buzz out there and to bring in that revenue and that traffic and all just from a small town using a computer, and compete with those global companies and take your business to the next level and create the buzz. And hey, you don't create the buzz, let us create the buzz for you, or let us teach you how to create the buzz. So go on over to letsgetdowntobusiness.com and check out what we have to offer.